Podcast. Whoa. We've gone a cappella.
Beautiful.
Yep, we're upping again with the old jingle there. Cool. Okay, well, welcome to episode 8 of The End of Everything, a weekly podcast where we explore the latest technology, trends, and changes in this new digital age. And we've got a wee treat this week, don't we, Ewan?
No.
Yep, we've got two guests, Ash and Tessa.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hey guys. And yep, they're going to join us. They are long-term gamers, fellow thoroughbred nerds.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to delve deep into the world of gaming. It's not going to be a very structured podcast. It's going to be reasonably chit-chatty, and we're going to see where it goes.
Very chit-chatty.
Very chit-chatty. Oh yeah, classic Ewan, really. Can't shut the guy up. But yeah, we've picked the topic of couch co-op. Ash, do you want to describe what that is exactly?
Yeah, so when I was a teenager, we spent a lot of time sitting on the couch, the whole lot of guys, sharing one screen and basically playing games that meant that you're all connected to the same console. It wasn't online, LAN parties, getting together on a Friday night, doing all the cool stuff, and it was a good time to be alive.
Doing it old school, so just everyone sharing screen and like messing with each other's controllers and split screen watching, is all the golden age stuff.
Oh yeah.
Today we're asking the question, is this the end of couch co-op? I hope it is not. Sincerely. A big call to make early on, I know. So first, perhaps Tessa, do you want to introduce yourself and say a little bit about your gaming history?
Sure. So obviously I'm Tessa. My gaming history is very classical girlfriend / younger sister vibe. I'm not particularly amazing at games at all, and I've always preferred to watch other people who are much, much better than I am play games.
A bit of a gaming voyeur.
Yes, very much so. For hours on end as well. So I have an older brother who's 5 years older than me, and so I would just sit like a weird little ghost next to him and just watch him play games for forever. And then obviously now that I'm with Ashley and he's obviously a big gamer.
Yeah, she's super helpful.
I love it. I like to be a little helpful.
Amazing.
And I like to think I get really into the lore and stuff. But
that's cool.
That's,
As a group of friends, like we're always really jealous because I think Ash said once that Tessa, you would basically organise his backpack in The Witcher and things like that, or Destiny.
Love that. I love the admin of it.
That is unbelievable. I mean, basically the only elements that aren't enjoyable in the game, like organising your backpack, like to have someone come in and actually enjoy that stuff.
Totally.
Amazing.
Oh, fantastic. She just thinks like she goes, you just walk past that. There's a chest right behind you.
Yep.
And
I've got
I'm pretty sure I got all the chests. I turn around, I'm like, there's
puzzles as well,
Yep.
pretty good puzzles. But no, I do like to play games as well, but I'm just quite picky, and I love couch co-op explicitly.
Yes.
That's my thing.
That's the thing, being present in the room.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashley.
Definitely. I've loved video games since I was a kid. All sorts. Always play, single player, multiplayer, whatever. I still play a lot. Big ones that have always stuck out for me are ones with Fable and Witcher and things where you can customize your guys, and I've always been all about the hero's journey and that sort of thing. So,
Xbox,
but as far as
Halo.
couch co-op, Halo was the one.
Yes,
I think I could play that with my eyes closed at one point. I'm pretty sure. Obviously not nearly as good anymore, but man,
I was the absolute same. Halo and Xbox, that was my first console experience.
Yeah.
You just got to this ridiculous point. I think you just had so much time as a kid.
Oh yeah.
And you could pour hours into just perfecting anything. You could just be. Well, not that we did. We just spent hours
play video games.
Specifically, using one gun or whatever it might be. But I got to a point where with my group of friends would come over and I wasn't allowed to use guns or grenades. I could only hit them, and I'd still never been killed by them. For 2 years running.
See, that's incredible.
That's
mind-blowing. That's a talent nowadays. If you could film that, but it's we got to Ben, another friend of ours, Ben. We'd get together, sit on a couch, play 1v1, And we got so good at the maps, we'd be running around like aiming our scope at the ground, so the other person couldn't see where the other person was. And people would walk into the lounge and go, "What are they doing? This game is awful. What is this?"
Screen watching is like its own topic in couch co-op,
It is.
isn't it? It's such a massive thing.
Yeah.
And it's also such a massive advantage when you're playing against people who can't do it. Because or don't know the map. It's just like, this is not hard. It's just such an advantage. You're just like, I know exactly where you are. And they're just like, I got shot in the back of the head.
It's insane. Yeah. And there's the only reason like you could just beat your mate for two years is because you knew exactly where they were, like where they're hiding, whatever it is. It sounds quite creepy when you say that. But you're right. It's like its own subsect of couch co-op, and it's like an entire new element. Like in saying that, do you miss it?
100%.
Screen watching explicitly.
Yeah.
I think actually, you guys had like a agreement around it. I solely relied on it. Like I'm thinking explicitly of GoldenEye from Nintendo.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Because I would play that with my brother, and I would get just massacred by him. Obviously, every single time. I can't recall a single time that I won. But that's okay. I had to screen watch. I had no other option, and he would get so angry at me for doing it, but like come on.
Yeah.
Did anyone not though? Did anyone not
use the tools you've got.
Like,
and you don't want to weren't, but you were.
Exactly.
Definitely.
I remember seeing like setups or like pictures on the internet. People have like sheets and stuff like taped to the
cardboard.
TV.
And you guys got one kid like tucked underneath. Yeah.
That was always
very iconic.
So you mentioned GoldenEye. What is the history of couch co-op from our childhood?
Yeah, I was saying we were talking about this before you guys came and saying like Tekken's another sort of big one, and
True.
and also Crash Team Racing. I'm not sure if you guys. I was huge into Crash Team Racing.
Both of us.
That was one of my first games that I loved. I think those two probably actually on like original PlayStation.
Yeah,
just such good multiplayer games.
Fantastic.
Is it?
I love Crash Racing.
So is Speedway. What a great level.
Risky. You can take that shortcut if you want, but oh boy, I've not been angry like that in my life when you miss it and you're like...
I loved Crash Team Racing very much. That's a very good one. And obviously Tekken as well. Those are two actually.
Tekken was a big one. I have some scarring memories from when I was a child though with Tekken because my older sister was weirdly good at that.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Did she button bash?
You can button bash.
Yeah.
And you can do things.
Yeah, that's it.
You're like,
that's it.
I'm trying to do a parry and something quite cool here.
Yeah.
And you're winning, technically,
But they're cheating because you're not supposed to do that.
What's the guy who flings his legs around called?
Eddie.
Eddie Guardo. Get out of here with those sunglasses.
He could just do the most ridiculous shit. Like, that's like a 6-step combo. How did you do that with pure chance? Like,
exactly. And then they're like, how can we make Eddie more annoying? Let's make him Christy.
Yes, they made a female version. He was built for the button dasher though, and they knew exactly what they were doing.
It was their market. It was their market.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
Right. Do you guys have a favourite Tekken character that you would play as? I know that there's a lot of different types. A lot of
different. There was Steve when there was a boxer. I'm not sure if you remember that one. I was into. I used to love him.
Yeah.
I don't know
why. Personally, I was a king.
Oh, good on you!
It's mostly because he just threw his legs at people and like had quite long range.
There's that combo with King where you basically are trapped in his big. What are they? These like leopard hands.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like manhandling you. There's nothing you can do. Yeah. And I used to rage at that.
Yeah.
I mean, my guy was Horang or Horang.
However you want to go about it.
Yeah. Sexy boy with the nice locks.
Little moody, which you love. You love a
very
moody boy.
Little moody. Yeah, man. Definitely.
He's brooding.
You know he cranks Linkin Park. Like, but he was my guy, and I had a rival match long with Ben, one of my friends. He was Yoshi Mitsu.
Was he Yoshi Mitsu? He totally would be.
Yoshi can heal. Like, of course he was.
Yeah, of course he
sits in the corner and he heals himself.
And jumps on his little sword. Yeah, I always thought he was really cool. I'd like to have mastered him, but... About that, it's the joys of living in a studio that has an extra flatmate. He just came in and interrupted the entire thing, made a quick dinner and left. So 10 minutes later, we're back into it. So Tessa, your favourite Tekken character?
Yes. My favourite, actually coming off the back of Ben's, is Kunamitsu, which is the female. She only featured in Tekken Tag, I think, and maybe in some of the later ones.
Oh man, that is niche.
It is niche, but she was the female version of Yoshimitsu, but less. I don't think she had a healing thing, but she had some sick moves, and she had a cool mask. I probably didn't know how to use it. To be fair, I'm just going to get out in the open here and say that I am a button basher as well.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, hey. You're in a safe place here.
It's not with all games, but most certainly Tekken.
Yeah.
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 It can work.
For sure. Well, it's pretty hard to memorize all those moves. It's pretty hard to be like, oh, I'm going to use that move now.
I can't believe that people do that. That I find that very amazing and very impressive, which goes back to what I was saying earlier about, like, this is why I like watching other people play games, because I just feel like I don't have it in me sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, like I'm doing this boxing class at the moment, actually learning how to box.
In real life.
Button bashing does not work. You definitely need to learn your steps and things like that.
Flail.
No, so I mean all those hours I put into Tekken just waste of time apparently.
Yeah. No cheat codes.
That's tricky.
It is tricky. Yeah.
Yeah.
So other games you mentioned GoldenEye, and I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because that's got to be one of the foundation games for me.
I think it is. I don't know if you played it.
Very little bit.
Yeah.
And later on, like when I got to my age, and people were like, GoldenEye's cool. Oh, give it a go. I'm like,
It was good for this. Yeah.
So that was definitely the first person shooter. I think the first.
That's like the perfect example of what your older brother would have played as you look over his shoulder, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's totally that game.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it didn't even have aiming. All you did was, it's kind of like Doom. So like the original Doom,
right.
the very original first-person shooter, and that you just aim in a general direction and you will hit whoever's in that general direction.
Was it like no crosshair?
No, it's no crosshair. But you could hold down one of the analog sticks and it would let you do like this free aim thing if you had like a sniper rifle or something.
That's
right. But basically you're just walking around and just like shooting in general directions of people.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah.
I remember there was a paintball mode. Was that on GoldenEye?
I don't recall it.
I just remember the cheat codes were amazing.
Really?
Because you could do giant heads.
Cheat codes.
And like you could just do like crazy cheat codes. But we were talking about like Nightfire before, weren't we? Which is like GoldenEye upgraded.
Yeah, I was on PlayStation 2. I played that.
Oh, so good.
I have like the heat-seeking missiles, and like or like not heat-seeking, but like radio-controlled missiles, and you can like fire them across, and you like fly them into the building to like hit the other person.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a bit fun.
Yeah, I like that. I'm into that.
But it's always random like obscure games, which I suppose not everyone's played it, but Ben played it.
But there is a general trend though. I mean, like, none of us grew up together, necessarily, but we all bring the same games to the table, like there are other sort of foundational games that like sort of somehow been raised on.
Yeah, for sure.
Without the internet.
Crash Team Racing was huge for me.
Yeah.
And that's going to go a lot further than just like most gamers as well. Like there are lots of my friends who do not game at all anymore, but have certainly played a lot of Crash Team Racing who pick it up now.
Yeah.
I've lost friends.
Because you're
in adult life, you go away, you're at a batch for New Year's, and like, oh, they got Crash Team Racing, let's play that. And I'm like, I'm very good. And they're like, oh, okay, weird. Very arrogant. I'm just saying, I'm very good.
Yeah.
You're gonna be annoyed.
Yeah. But I think you just touched on a key word there, babe, which is arrogant.
I don't know. Look, it's truthful as well. I am very good at it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. That is definitely
You're so
I think my head swelled a little bit when I said it. Like,
you got a cheat code on there.
Exactly. But no.
No, you're right. Like, you do get. I mean, even when I was playing Halo and stuff, you do just get this overwhelming arrogance, like, come over you.
It's you know what's going to happen, and they're going to get annoyed at you.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, well, hey.
You just lather yourself in their, like, disappointment when you just kill them for the 15th time or beat them in a race. You're like, oh,
exactly.
Yes. Oh, that was good.
And I feel like it's better to lean into it and be a dick, because then they just hate you more.
Oh, yeah.
The worst is when someone's kicking your ass and they're going, it's okay, you're doing good.
Oh,
and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna leave. Yeah, because you're pissing me off. Don't patronise me. But,
I'd rather be the arrogant supervillain.
Your face is already in a pile of shit. Like, rub it in a little bit.
I think it's funny though as well. Is like, I wonder if kids have that now, because like obviously you play online and everything, and like back then you'd be the best of your group of friends. So like you're the best out of 10 random guys or 10 random people.
That's so true.
But like now it's like if you go on Fortnite, like you just get killed well, unless you're like the best, but you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah,
I'm
the
measuring
goal is
sticks.
The
Yeah.
level
You
of
know,
competition is
it's an
way
inter-
more elite.
Yeah.
Competing on the world stage.
I actually saw on the news the other day, or a podcast, a 16-year-old won like the Fortnite World Championship, won $3 million. It was 16.
That's
Oh,
stupid.
come on.
But
Yeah.
3 million, lots of money. No
Yeah.
wonder there are kids who want to be pro game. Like
Yeah.
lots of kids want to
Oh,
be pro
yeah.
gamers. But I mean, there's market.
But it was the funniest thing though, like when he was like he won, it was just the most awkward moment.
Yeah, because it's just 16-year-olds, it's like, and then there's a massive like stadium of people, and there's a 16-year-old just like, yeah, and then the camera's just like,
He just
and
kind
he's
of
just like, I don't know what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
Come on,
Why
Jamie.
gets that money? Is that his? He gets that money.
on. Well, his parents probably get it. I mean, what happens with child stars?
Exactly, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
parents
16
get it.
years old.
Don't
It
give a
was
16-year-old
And it would be
$3 million.
taxed.
He will be an arm.
That's gonna.
that's true. Tess.
I'm just going to bring it all down, like kill it down a wee bit.
Hey, just hearing that? No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just the weirdest thing though, because usually in sports you get all these cheerleaders coming with the winning team, and there's just all this stuff going on. This guy just literally just kind of steps up from his computer and goes, "Wow!" And everyone's like kind of cheering, going, "Hey."
But not, and it's like even the other team, like not like competitors, didn't come over and went like, "Nice one, man!" Like,
Right.
well done. It was just like everyone just like sort of like standing there very awkwardly.
It's
It was
cringy.
like-
It's
So
cringy.
cringy.
Like it's just part of what it's always going to be. Like I love that whole culture. I love video games. I love comic books. I love it, but it's always going to be cringy.
Yeah,
no
it's-
matter how hard you
these-
try.
Yeah.
Like,
It-
have you seen those high fives they do? Oh, what are you doing? Like,
Oh god.
relax.
Yeah.
It's too much.
FYI, we watch a lot of cringe compilations.
Yeah. My teeth are pretty close to shattering.
Yeah. But that's true though, because that's the thing is that they might. I'm picturing these kids playing in isolation at home on their console, and they'd get very good at it.
Yeah.
But you're right, you bring them into the stage sort of thing, and then they lose, and then what? Because
Yeah.
they're not exactly going to celebrate, and
No.
lots of people celebrate with them when they're alone at home winning these things.
No, totally.
Yeah.
And then
I know quite hard to know the like nature of it, right? Is that I mean that's a common thread that like kids are growing up now and not really like learning any of that social, like how to socially interact with people, because everything they just interact through a digital medium basically all the time
Yeah.
now. The same as like standing out and ringing people was uncomfortable, and like texting people. It's easier to just like text someone something than it is to like have that conversation sometimes.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's even
true.
for like people of our generation, never mind people like 10 years younger than us.
Mm.
Like that must just be how they communicate.
Mm.
No, I'm not 12. But
I do
guessing.
though.
Arrogant. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Because I mean, there's easily that argument that gaming has become so much more social, and that you can do it and like play with your friends wherever. But equally, there's that argument against, right? And I'm almost for that one, really.
Yeah.
I mean, my mum, for example, is a primary school teacher, and so much of what she's teaching now, or what they're really valuing, is interaction with other children, learning how to like team play and working together and stuff. It's the things that the homeschool children don't really get, and like so much of the focus is around empathy and working, empathizing with other people's emotions and stuff like that. Obviously, we didn't learn anything actually, and just ruthlessly took a anger and anything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It doesn't translate.
but I mean, I'd argue like you learn some of that, like playing with your mates in the lounge or whatever. Just it's competing with those guys around you.
It's still a social aspect, and there's still an interaction, and there's still a bit of a jive and a gaff here and there, and you give each other a bit of slack. And it's like it just doesn't. It's weird with gaming because the way that they've made it, like they tried to hone in on this like adrenaline, like look at these EA Sports, and it's now on ESPN and shit, and they're trying to show you all the stuff. It's like, when you see it, like, I love basketball. When you play basketball and things happen on the court, the adrenaline's high, and you might get fouled and get the and one, and your whole team's rocking you up. Doesn't work the same way.
yeah.
When you're sitting down and you've got a control in your hand, you do something, and then they all get up and they're all like, it's a little bit like, I don't know, it just doesn't fit in the same, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same
absolutely.
ballpark. It doesn't work, and I think, a huge thing is just not being around people while you're doing it. And then they bring them all together and put them in this little space, and they're like, go, be social, do your thing. And it's like, these people aren't used to that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, maybe some of them are, but Yeah, like all the gaming we did was still pretty social.
I'd argue that for sure.
You can only play the Halo campaign so many times.
Yeah.
That's true.
You do it, Cole?
Well, man, if it was something above legendary difficulty, I would have played it. I was aching for more by the time I finished that.
That's mad when you were young as well. Like the hours. Like now, when I'm looking for a game, I've started Red Dead, and man, it's long. And like I don't know if I'll complete it because it is so long. But when I was younger, it was like sweet. I would look for games that had like 200 hours of playtime because you're like, sweet, I'm getting money out of this. You know what I mean? You just want to get bored. But now, like, a 20-hour game is a good game for me, really, because I just don't have the patience.
Red Dead.
It's probably actually the time as well to really invest in it.
Yeah, so like when you're working and stuff, you can't just come home from school at 3 o'clock and play video games until midnight.
No, not really.
Red Dead is nuts though. I mean,
They've taken it.
They've taken it.
They've taken it.
Yeah.
But they've taken it to another level though.
Yeah, you got to control his weight and stuff. Like, is he eating enough?
I think like such a good comparison with that is like, so remember like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas?
Yeah.
When again you could control your weight, have go to the gym, and he puts on stuff, and like it was annoying in that game.
Yeah.
Like it was just a hindrance to the point where you just be like, I'm putting in a cheat code or something, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So just make him ultra buff or something. But somehow with this game, they've slowed down the pacing and invested you in it, which is just like it blows my mind how they've kind of done that.
Yeah.
It's to the point they don't even let you fast travel much in that.
Yeah, I know.
I think I got through most of the campaign. I generally play at night. Tessa falls asleep. I keep playing. It's kind of what happens, and it's great. It was good, but yeah, you get through a few hours that way. But yeah, I got through. That was a big campaign.
Yeah.
I got to say, Witcher 3 is the only one that's really nailed that whole. You can step away from it. When you come back in, they've got those loading screens that come up.
Yeah.
And they just remind you sort of where you are in the story.
That's a really good idea.
And I mean, I would find that annoying in most games.
Mm.
They'd be like, shut up, I know I played this 2 hours ago, you know.
Yeah.
But really, it's really helpful for the way we live now, and you want to sit down and go, what was I doing?
Yeah.
I find
Yeah,
that
just
really
kind of give a
helpful.
little on the last episode of like
Pretty
you
much,
kind of, yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Nah, too true. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I guess this is the current state of play of couch co-op, which is almost non-existent. You know, as close as we're getting now at the moment is like you and I have 2 separate PlayStations with 2 separate TVs beside each other playing online together.
In the same.
It just happens in the same room, but we still don't interact with each other apart from over a microphone. Which is and that's as close as you get now. But there's still none of that. You know, you're not messing with my controller or anything like that. You know.
I mean, to be fair, I think the funnest gaming, like my funnest gaming experiences have always been like couch co-op experiences, and now like we're playing Apex. You know, it's like a whatever game. Like it's an alright game, but the fact that we are playing together again, like makes it so much more fun. Totally. That's kind of it. I think really is that. You know, Red Dead's great again, but like it's just so much better when you're playing with your friend, you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And like when you know them or with you in the same room as them, it's just so much. And like we played that thing with Jake as well. What's it called? That massive RPG game. Destiny? No, Divinity.
Divinity. Yeah. And that was really cool. Yeah, it's basically Dungeons and Dragons RPG written out into a game.
I've had a look at it before.
Very good.
Yeah,
very cool. There's a lot of loot in there to organise, I'm sure. Yeah.
And I love loot as well. Like I love.
Well,
and like magic drops and stuff, and it's kind of all chance, and you don't know.
It's taken over the world though, right? Like the whole loot box.
But they've kind of bastardized it a wee bit. It's not what it used to be, and there's always kind of these like.
Some people nail it though.
Yeah.
Some you're like, go for that.
Yeah.
They do it pretty well. But you're right, they've taken it to the extreme, like Assassin's Creed Origins that I was playing. I was like, no, I don't care about this weapon, I've already got that awesome one. Like, just like kind of pushing it through crap.
Yeah.
I get it, but they're just trying to be like, look, there's more around the corner. Yeah. I don't know. But just going back really quickly, it was like when I lived with Ben at that flat, and we would be playing Destiny with you guys online. Ben's in his own bedroom. And we're talking through these microphones to each other. Through like these like 6-hour sessions or whatever, and then we'd come out of our rooms and go have dinner together and be like, well, that was fun. Yeah. Just it's not the same. Like, 100%
so
you know, like, it's so weird. Like we're right there. So, I don't know.
And I can't help but look at it as well as like a cash grab, being like, oh no, the only way, like guys, of course you can still play together. Just buy a whole other console and buy the game again. And like, especially as a couple, like you guys are friends, so you can probably justify buying separate consoles and
for sure.
you know, because you might possibly part ways at some point. Just gonna say that.
Don't listen to you.
It's really rude. Your mind.
I'm
you can't say that to
sorry.
people.
But I can't. We're not going to both get the same console. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, you can't justify that.
Yes, no. I mean, some people do, and that's fine. But yeah, I just that kind of guts me out, and I feel like I constantly have to look through like a wreckage pile to try and find a gem of a couch co-op game that still exists today, because the ones that are still hanging around are always fantastic.
The only ones that's really worked for us was Diablo.
Yeah, and there'd be Diablo 3.
Diablo 3, yeah.
Great.
That worked for us, and we had a lot of fun. And we're trying Borderlands at the moment.
Yes, and
is it the new one?
Yes, yeah.
So
that's
haven't
tried driving.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a very traditional way, and it's fun. And I've played Borderlands 2 before in the past, and it was really fun. Thoroughly enjoyed myself, and even though it's a first-person shooter, I'm not particularly good at them. But we've already encountered like bugs and stuff with it, which means like my entire save got wiped, and I was just like, okay, well that's a little bit demoralizing.
So we logged back in, I was like, you're gone.
You're
not here anymore. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But Diablo though is a massive favourite, like a top-down RPG, and I played Diablo 2 as well, which was another game my brother played, and then I played it. I love it. That is quintessential for me.
Yeah. It's quite similar to Divinity actually, because that's top-down RPG.
It is.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's you can't do a co-op on the same.
But it has massive longevity because it's not so graphics intense like these movie Call of Duty games. You know, it's like it's reasonably basic, so it actually stands the test of time. Like, how old is that game now?
Old as beans, man.
Yeah.
10 years?
Diablo 3?
Yeah.
It's a lot older than you think it is. Like, I think it is about a decade now.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, a lot of people still playing it. You know, I think Jake and I were playing it a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you get to keep your loot, right, and you can start again.
Yep.
So, I mean, that helps a lot. The New Game Plus thing that lots of other games have picked up on. I mean, I played God of War already like 3 times. So I was like, well, why not? I got my stuff. I'm going to go do that again.
Yeah.
And
I think that is the same thing as well, that it makes it not everyone's cup of tea. It's not necessarily that your gear comes with you, but more the fact that it is just trawling dungeons over and over again. Because at first, when you go through on the easiest level, the middle level, whatever you start out on, like, it's really super easy, and so some people might get bored, but that's the point, is that you run through that and then you go through hard and then you get to like legendary or whatever it is, and then the next level above that, so you will be playing the same bosses over and over again. Are you okay with that? I'm okay with that.
Well, you guys were all, because we played with Ben and Elise a couple nights, we had like a little party together, but
I love that.
But I was the newbie, like I didn't play much Diablo, and I think Elise ended up playing a little more than me.
She started playing it on her own time.
So you know, there's always that one person like they're all running because they're trying to sprint through, and I'm just like, where you going?
You gotta go fast.
That's fun. That's part of the fun of it. Is like, you know, I was getting given so much shit for holding everyone up. But
having said that, you gotta go fast. But I check every facet of the map.
Me too.
Every time. I can't help myself.
So this is the difference between Jake and I as well. Jake would carve a wake of destruction through everything. Like I would like.
Jake's a
I'd be like puffing, like reaching. It's just like all it says dead bodies. Like, where's Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just like, you can like hear him in the next dungeon or whatever. Like, oh man, and you just like go, I was just running the entire game. It was just like some sort of running simulator.
That doesn't sound that fun.
No, but yeah, so I just go into little side rooms and kill like the odd goblin or something in there. It's just like get the slim pickings. And they'd be like, oh, Jake, I found something good. And then instantly he'd appear, like pick up the good loot and then run off again. Like,
because that's the other thing with Diablo, and at least especially Diablo 2, when the loot dropped, it wasn't like it was unique to your character. If you missed out, mate.
Yeah,
so it was like, tap away at it to try and pick up as much loot as possible. And you're like,
yeah, I think I've got a sword. I think I've got a sword. You might like, oh, where is it? And you're just like, please have it. I saw it. I know you've got it. Hand it off.
Yeah, we were very.
I can't find it, bro.
Oh, sorry. I might have actually destroyed it. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I'm not good at stealth games, so I always just trawl into stuff. Like Jack does. Sometimes I move through games, because I just love story. Like I love story. I'm trying to get more and more. And the one game that I think was really hard for you to watch was Last of Us when I played that, and you have to. And I would do things like, what this? And just make a noise, and then all these zombies and...
I can't even watch a horror game. Like, obviously, like, horror movies, I do really enjoy them, but I'm obviously freaked out. But a horror video game, I can't believe that people elect to do that and then play it on their own. Have you guys ever done that?
I'm not a big horror fan of any...
I quite like it, yeah.
And how'd it go?
It's awful. I mean, like the thing is, because I remember when Doom 3 came out. So Doom 3 was like one of the first games to use, I think it was dynamic lighting. So like, you know, like the graphics when you remember it came out, it's like, whoa, these monsters are like real life. You look at them now and it's a joke. But like, you know, that was incredibly vivid, you know, when it first came out, and, you know, the fact that just monsters could, like, teleport out of the wall and stuff was just horrific, you know, and I remember playing that for a bit, and then I started playing during the daytime with the curtains open.
For sure. Because some games, the more that genre expands, and the more that games and the graphics get better, like, there's a Blair Witch Project game coming out that I sent to some of our mates that I know like horror genre, and they were like, you know what, no, I don't know if I want to deal with that. I quite like sleeping through the whole night.
But it's a sense of control, right? So like,
that's what I don't like about it.
So that's it. Well, in the movie, you're along for the ride. I can just close my eyes, but you've got to actively, consciously move into that hallway or look behind that tree, and there's just something utterly terrifying about that.
You forget you can turn the TV off. You're like sitting there, your heart's pounding, and you're going, what am I going to do here?
There are actually some pretty funny YouTube videos of people doing the VR horror games, which I would never do, but I love watching people do them and absolutely lose their shit.
They are
I'm a big fan
amazing.
But
it's next level.
We used to play that one, which was actually another couch co-op game. What was it called? Left 4 Dead? And Colin and I would play that all the time. You like have to try and survive in this house, and that was hilarious.
That was one of the best games.
What are you doing? You're like, and you look at your screen and you're like, what are you doing? And Colin's just like tunneling this shit out, and he's like, oh god, they found us. Like, he's like, what have you done? Like, why would you do this? Like, we've just set up this whole barricade and you built a tunnel. Like,
is that the game that had like the witch or something? It had a sound in it that one of them made that was really eerie and crap. I'm gonna try and do it now.
That's
not
exactly
gonna make the noise.
No, come on, you can. You've made it before.
No, she was a whimpering
The whimpering one. Crying, that's it.
And then like, guys, there's the witch. And even though the game can't hear you, but everyone went quiet in the room, and you're just like, guys. Don't get to... There's a can! Don't get the can! And like, that game was just immersive. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
But getting back onto sort of couch co-op a little bit, but I've seen that Crash Team Racing has just been re-released.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
I mean, are we... and are we seeing a little bit of a resurgence?
I think it's a nostalgia thing, right? Like, because Crash got released and Spyro and... They don't necessarily couch co-op, but it's like I think it might be a happenstake or whatever, you know. Happenstance.
No, I think that's exactly what it is. I think it came back by almost popular demand because Crash was released, and then everyone was like, but what about Crash Team Racing? I don't think it's because it's couch co-op, unfortunately for me.
People aren't demanding to be sitting on a couch with people anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so.
People, I have lots of couples, like if you go on Reddit or whatever, which is where I sometimes will try and find appealing couch co-op games, and like there'll be threads like full of couples, and it's usually like a classic case of the girlfriend doesn't like most games, prefers to play with somebody else, and then so it's a very limited pool.
There's not many games like appealing to that market. I suppose that's the thing, is like it must be no demand for it, you know. It's like, I'm sure no one's conspiring to remove them from the world. It's just the way that the world's kind of progressed, I guess. So like, there's obviously going to be niche like markets there, like bringing back Crash Team Racing and stuff, but it's just not mainstream anymore.
It's the era of convenience, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, like it is just that much more convenient to, you don't have to organise to come around to each other's place or anything like that. You can just go home and still play with them and in your own time.
I guess, and even with because mobile gaming is becoming massive, and especially in developing countries where people don't have big gaming rigs, massive PUBG use in India and China and places like this. So I wonder if like I can imagine the schools there, like everyone has a cell phone, so probably like you can like play with each other in a way that it's maybe like a reinvention of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like because everyone's got a phone, so that means that everyone can then play a game with each other, and there's some way to catch interactive. I wonder if that's happening. Maybe
It's
that's
like an
happening.
evolution
like-
of.
Yeah, I quite like mobile gaming to get to a point that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
That's the thing. You do have like these incredibly powerful computers in your hand every day. Like they're only getting better and better.
More powerful than PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Way more powerful, probably.
Well, it was a fact from our NASA one that it's more powerful than the original moon lander.
Yeah.
You know, it has more computing power than the
Crazy.
original.
I think Louis C.K. had a really good rant on that stuff.
Yeah.
It's how, people are like, the food's going to be late on an airplane or something. It's like, you're on an airplane. Like, people used to die making mistakes, like tricking. I always found that really hilarious. It's the same sort of thing with the phone. Like, we're just like, I'll just call a taxi or I'll just Uber, Uber Eats?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You just get it
Relax.
delivered.
Like, come on.
Well, new phones have got like 12 gigs of RAM in them.
Yeah.
Like a phone.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like a really powerful laptop.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Like your computer came with 12 gigs, you had to upgrade it, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like overkill. Like, why would you need 12 gigs of RAM on a phone? But like, they're making like gaming phones now. It's like a big market.
Wow.
Yeah, and like cooling units for the back of your phone and shit.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, it has like a
man.
little like fan and like like sticks to the back. I think it was on like Unbox Therapy where they were testing it. It didn't really do much, but obviously there's a market
I'll
for
get
that
there.
just to look like you're a hardcore phone gamer.
Right,
Yeah.
of course.
You plug in joysticks and stuff.
Oh man.
But you can control your drone with your phone and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's already there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean,
Yeah, it's just like the UI really is the only like limiting factor. But then I guess if you can like Nintendo DS or Switch. Switch is that the new one?
Switch is a new one,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's kind of just basically like a iPhone with some sticky things
some
on
little
the
things
side.
on the
around
sides.
Yeah,
So
that's
if you
true.
even if you had to just buy little like bloops to put on the end, bloops would be the official.
I think that's
Patent
You heard it here first.
bloops.
Cool. So what are we playing now? Like, out of games, are we all playing games at the moment? Yeah, you're playing Red Dead.
Yep.
What are you playing, Tessa?
Well, we are playing Borderlands. So my save that failed was on Borderlands 1, so we just went straight into Borderlands 2.
That was a dark day.
Yeah.
Wow. Dark
It
day.
does just ruin it, eh? Like, God, that's so much of an investment to rebuild a character from the ground up.
Yeah. And actually the other thing I am playing as well, which is a bit cheeky, but I do have a what are they called? But I'm playing Pokemon on my phone.
Cool. An emulator?
An emulator, yeah.
Oh, it's like an old one.
Yeah.
What Pokemon?
This one's Ruby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's not like classic retro great game.
yeah.
Not couch co-op, but man,
No.
Pokemon Yellow and stuff. The amount of hours I played that when I was a
Yeah.
kid. That was probably the first game actually.
I pretended for years that I played it, and I had to just kind of open up and
I
just be
know.
like, "No, I never played it." I was always like, "Yeah."
Oh, it's
Cool. I was like, "So cool." The gyms, the badges. Like, and I mean, I loved Pokemon growing up, but I just didn't have a Nintendo. And then we got Yanni, and I just told Tess, I was like,
And actually, I knew almost everything else about you, and funnily enough, this was the one thing that I was like,
"Oh, the Back to the Future thing shook you a little bit." But
that did it, but you tried to take it back.
I did
Ashley
say
said he thinks Back to the Future is overrated.
I said it's a little bit overrated. I didn't say it's fully overrated. I just said
He's actually not wrong, it is overrated, but I love it very much.
Well,
Yeah.
now you're on the you got to face the music now. I've done my dash, but yeah.
See, look how you're like, oh yeah.
Cute little fly.
Bring up the podcast.
What are you playing?
Well, I've actually just started The Amazing Spider-Man, the most recent one.
Yeah, I just finished
It's
that.
called Spider-Man? I can't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah. I'm
Great.
liking it.
It's good.
I'm liking it. Yeah, it's good.
I'm loving these story-driven games that are coming out.
Yeah.
Like the mechanics of them flying through the city and
Really
stuff.
smooth.
So
like
good.
real Batman Arkham vibes.
Yeah, hard.
Loved that game.
Yep.
Loved the ones before all the Batman. But yeah, no, I'm loving it.
Yeah,
Story's
it's cool
good.
as. Yep, and like they're not trying to, it's a new Spider-Man. He's not from the other books or movies and stuff like that.
Do you find it funny looking at him? He kind of looks like they just
a
mushed
merge?
them.
Yeah. Oh, he's just the essence of every Spider-Man. That comes one of them to kind of distill them into a generic white man.
Yeah.
I think so, but they did a good job. And some of the
That's
other
great.
characters I've come across, I'm like, I like this MJ. Lots of stuff is
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying that.
Did that really well, yeah.
And as someone who's watching it as well, I'm actually very entertained, which is nice because even the like mundane tasks outside of the storyline are actually really well thought out and very diverse. You know, because you've got all those different things you go to, whether it's the labs or
it is,
or whatever. Yeah. So
just watching the swing mechanics, like, because I just watched Ben play, just like because it reminds me of the old Spider-Man, which I used to play on the. I think was it the computer? I don't know. Was it? I think I had it on
Xbox.
Yeah, but like, just like sticking to the sky, just like shooting. It's like, this is awesome.
It's just like shooting directly up.
Yeah.
What are you?
And then you just hang, and you're like, oh.
But like to see this now, you're like, child me would have loved this so much.
Most definitely.
Crazy. The first game I ever played, like I had my own with myself, aside from PlayStation old games, was the Incredible Hulk one, which was really similar to that.
Okay,
It was like an Xbox game. I won an Xbox in an Incredible Hulk game.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, because I did a drawing of the Hulk, and then I was
play him.
I was like, this game's amazing. The future's now. Look at the graphics. And then the Spider-Man one came out, and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
So,
it's a big old leap.
Blow my mind going to this sort of thing. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers all pulled our money together to get like a PlayStation. Must have been a PlayStation 3, and like it was. I think the PlayStation 3 was really expensive. It was like $1,200
It
as a
was,
kid.
yeah.
It was
Yeah, it was nuts.
So it was all three of my brothers pulling it together, and also in New Zealand you got it like way later than the rest of the world. And then I remember the day that it came in the post. We're just like, oh my god, this is the greatest day of our lives.
Yeah.
You just get it. Take turns for like half an hour. You're like, this is amazing. Pass it over. This is amazing. I can't remember what game it was, but yeah. I don't even with the graphics. You're like, the graphics cannot get better than this.
Yeah.
This is like real life.
You think it's the ceiling, you're like, this must be
This is
it.
it.
I had that with every Final Fantasy that came out. I'd be like, this is
Final
gotta be
Fantasy,
it. Because
man.
they did have fantastic graphics at the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think. Actually, this is making me think. When I won the Xbox, right, I wasn't hanging out with Ben Fearless. For all those listening, he's part of my heart. Love him. Best bud. Love the boy. But we weren't like hanging out at the time. This is just a couch co-op thing.
Yeah.
We weren't hanging out, and then I knew he played Halo, and I got a hold of Halo 2. And I was like, want to hang out? Want to play Halo? And he was like, yeah, sure. What have you been doing for the last year? And we started hanging out again.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have done that without couch co-op. No way,
Nice.
Jose. I would have just played it by myself. You know, so just there you go. Saves friendships. It's
probably
the
it.
same. Just,
God.
I just had that thought, so I just completely cut you off. So there you go.
Very important.
Well, it really does bring people together.
Yeah.
No, just bring it back. I think that's the verdict. In saying that, would I do it if it came back? I'd like to think so.
Well, I think we would. I mean, a friend of ours, his brother is like running like an arcade, like a gaming arcade, and you can play all together.
That's right. Yep.
So we go down and we did that a couple of times. It was awesome.
Yeah, so great.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm terrible at Halo 5. I don't know what that's about.
No, they've changed it, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, we're vintage boys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just staring at myself in the mirror like, what have you become? How did you get here?
I used to know you.
Yeah, I want to with Apex as well. Like, I'm just like, what? I'm so terrible at this. And I used to be so well, I felt like I was so good when I was a kid, and now I'm just like
Relearning almost.
Well, that's it. You team up or you're fighting against these like 12-year-olds or whatever, and it's just their reflexes are faster. They're just like they're super soldiers.
And the hours they can play. It's just the hours they can put into it.
It's too good.
Yeah.
It's too good.
But
And
what's
you can't let the team down. You just don't want to be that person on the other end.
Yeah.
So
And do you know what? They're going to age and 12-year-olds will replace them.
Yeah.
And then they'll get beaten.
But
they'll know what it's like.
New ways.
You played a little bit of Halo.
I did.
Good.
I did play a little bit of Halo, and it wasn't particularly bad, but I actually wasn't particularly good either. I was very mediocre, but that was good for me. But
Short-lived career.
then actually did at one point call me a hindrance when I played on his team, and I
That's
have to admit,
story.
I threw my toys and
It's
I
funny
said
how
I
you
would
tell
never
that
play
story
this
because I didn't
again.
actually call you a hindrance. You said I'm being a hindrance, and I confirmed that.
That technicality really makes you look like a great guy.
They'll empathise with what I'm saying. You know, I just said, well, yes, clearly. Stats don't lie. You know.
Let's look at the numbers.
Like it actually doesn't, which is actually kind of admirable, but doesn't go soft on you if you're, not up to scratch.
I can't believe you want to procreate with me. Like, this child's had the worst time.
I know. But it'll be fine. I'm
It's going to have the
down.
best gaming vocabulary though.
Yeah.
It's going to be so well versed.
You'd think so. You'd think so.
Exactly.
Very good. On that note, I think it's a pretty good place to wrap it up. Any final words, guys? Exhausted of words?
No, that's good.
That's how we like to leave it. Fantastic. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us,
Absolute
man.
pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. It was awesome.
No, great. Yeah, we have to bring it on again, and I have a sense that we have a lot more to talk about, and that we've just covered gaming in the fringes of 16 other topics. Cool. Well, yeah. Thanks, guys, and thank you, loyal listeners. We will join you again next week. See ya.
Bye.